enjoyed the video,
then smash that like button and subscribe.
My name is Hirofumi Mitsumoto, a 5th grader in elementary school. My homeroom teacher died on a factory tour. Teacher, I never thought something like this would happen. Taro! Taro!
Mother, I'm terribly sorry.
The funeral was attended by the students of our 5th grade 2 class, which the teacher had been in charge of, the principal, the vice principal, and school officials, including the people in charge of the factory.
Huh. You're kidding me, right?
A few days ago. Whoa. We were on a factory tour with our class at a nearby steel plant.
I am Sadozaki, the factory manager. This plant is one of the best steel mills in Japan with conveying, blast furnace, and rolling facilities. The equipment here is mainly used to extract iron from iron ore. Once lit, they stay lit for about 20 years, 24 hours a day, 365 days a year.
The site is approximately 17 million square meters in size. It is said to be equivalent to about 360 domes.
Really?
Wow. The factory grounds were vast and very intricate.
It's dangerous, so don't touch anything or run around, huh? Here we mainly manufacture steel products used in construction materials, heavy machinery, and automobiles. Okay then, first of all. Excuse me, I have a question.
Teacher? At this moment, our teacher asked the factory manager a question.
Yes, what is it? For some time now, CO2 emissions from the steel industry have been an issue. Has hydrogen-reduced steelmaking technology been introduced here yet? Yes, it has. I knew you were using the blast furnace method with coal. Why is this teacher?
This is our homeroom teacher, Senzaki-san. Our teacher is new but very knowledgeable, but to solve the CO2 emissions problem. However, he was always quoting his knowledge, and to be honest, we were getting tired of his nonsense. He was also strangely determined on this day.
Well then, let's get back on track. This is... Oh, that's the furnace! Okay, everyone, in that furnace, iron ore and coal are used as raw materials to make pig iron. They refine it in a converter and adjust the composition to make steel. I was about to explain that.
I knew he was getting ahead of himself and started to show off his crap.
That furnace is for extracting pig iron from iron ore. The process consists of 2 stages, steel making, in which pig iron is extracted and then refined in a conveyor furnace to produce various types of steel. By a conveyor. By a conveyor that rises at an angle toward the top of its furnace. The iron ore and coal are ultimately fed into the system. Carbon monoxide generated in the manufacturing process is burned. You know, the advantage of a furnace is that it can generate thermal power and provide electricity for steel mills.
Really?
Gah.
Our factory tour continued like this.
Well then, I'll take over for the factory manager from here and show you around the factory myself. Anton-san, I leave it to you. Now, we have a quiz for you all. 3 furnaces are indispensable to modern iron and steel-making methods. They are blast furnaces, converter furnaces, and electric furnaces. Okay, I'll explain how each works and the difference between them briefly now. You said everything. I wanted the kids to answer. You're a very knowledgeable teacher.
I'm sorry, we've already heard about this once before we left.
You put iron ore and coal from the top into a blast furnace, a cylinder about the size of a high-rise apartment building, and feed heated gas from below.
And finally, the teacher even interrupted Anton-san, the handyman, to explain everything himself. It started again. Then...
Hey everyone, look there! That's a converter furnace! That's what we call a melting furnace! The proportion of impurities in the steel is high because of the large amount of carbon dissolved in the molten iron. There are some disadvantages, such as high greenhouse gas emissions.
Really?
A melting furnace melts iron powder at a high temperature of 1,500 degrees Celsius. It's about 1.2 meters in diameter and 2 meters deep.
Whoa, so scary.
It looks so hot.
When we peeked in, we saw molten iron simmering like magma, and even at this distance, we could feel the heat coming from the iron to the spot where we were. That's amazing.
It can generate thermal power and provide electricity for steel mills, but it emits a lot of greenhouse gases.
The teacher's patched-in speech gradually heated up. Even more excited, the teacher tried to lean over the fence.
Hey, teacher, that's dangerous!
In the next moment,
Oh, this is bad!
the teacher slipped. At that moment, the world seemed to me in slow motion,
You're a Fumi.
and I made eye contact with the falling teacher. Teacher? Then, teacher!
Oh!
The teacher slipped and fell headlong into a magma-light melting furnace. At that time, I recalled the following film before we left for the factory tour.
What do you think happens when a person falls into an extremely hot place like a blast furnace?
The teacher asked us such a thing with a smug look on his face. What happens when a human falls into a melting furnace?
Your clothes burn and your body melts?
They say that your body is mostly made up of water, so maybe you'll blow up?
Okay, you guys, I'll tell you. The answer is...
The teacher looked so happy explaining it.
so hot! First, in conclusion, it takes several hours to burn out.
What? Really? I thought you burn up in an instant.
The temperature inside the melting furnace is 1,500 degrees. But before you reach the liquid surface, you'll probably be engulfed in flames due to the heat. And even more frightening, if you fall to 1,500 degrees, you're still conscious right up to the point of death. Because the intense pain of the burns forces you back to consciousness.
What? That's torture. I never want to fall in.
It is also conceivable that the high temperature burns the lungs, which could also cause loss of consciousness. Which will win? The hypoxia that takes away consciousness, or the intense pain that brings back consciousness? Only the people that fall will know. Ah!
The teacher's body was engulfed in flames before reaching the liquid surface.
Ah!
No!
Ah! Then, as the teacher said, eventually the components that make up the human body, carbon, phosphorus, nitrogen, sulfur, and calcium are broken down.
Nope.
Ah!
Teacher!
This is terrible!
The teacher disappeared into the magma. The only thing that can be confirmed is the remnants of clothing.
Then bring him up! Bring him up immediately!
After that, the teacher was brought up immediately, but... This is the teacher?
This is...
A clump of what had been the teacher was recovered.
It's over. Everything. I can't believe this happened even though I was here.
You're kidding, right? Of course, the factory tour was stopped then and there. A fun factory tour turned into a major accident, resulting in all the lines stopping and the police and fire department coming to the factory. This made headlines on the news immediately.
The plant where the accident occurred operates under strict safety standards. Eyewitness accounts speculate that the accident was caused by the carelessness of the male victim. The Metropolitan Police Department is currently investigating how the accident occurred. An investigation is underway to determine whether there were any problems with safety management at the plant.
3 days later, today his funeral was held.
Ew. Taro.
This is due to our inadequacy.
The teacher's mother looked really sad. No wonder, her precious son only passed away in an unfortunate accident on the job. We then... Teacher's mother?
Are you Taro's?
The teacher, our teacher, was a very good teacher.
What?
He was a little eccentric, but he taught us a lot of things. I learned a lot from him. He didn't seem to be good at sports, though.
Huh!
We will never forget our days spent with him.
You guys. Thanks. Thanks.
I was hoping that, in some small way, we could help the teacher's mother.
I'm sorry, brother. That asshole died in an accident.
Then I noticed.
Yes. Okay, I head back to the office.
I wonder who that is. He looks like a bad person. Our class was then assigned a new homeroom teacher, and school life resumed as usual. Even though he was kind of weird, I still miss him. Yeah. But as the days passed, we started getting used to it. Everyone seemed to be getting back to normal. Only I was different.
Hirofumi.
Teacher? I was the only one there at the time whose eyes locked with the teacher who was falling into the blast furnace. That scene stuck in my head for a long time and I couldn't get rid of it. Since that day, I had nightmares every night. Was he hot? Did it hurt? Was there anything I could have done in that moment? I kept thinking about things like that. Then one day, a few months later, this road is so dark, I don't want to walk here at night. I got home a little late today from committee work. Then, what? Teacher? I saw someone that looked exactly like the teacher on the side of the road. Before I knew it, I was running after this person. I must have seen it wrong. We even had a funeral. I saw him fall into a melting furnace with my own eyes. My intuition told me that if it was someone else, I had to make sure. Teacher! He's not here. The teacher wasn't around the corner. I was imagining it. There's no way he's alive.
Hey,
What?
Hirofumi.
There he was, the teacher who should have melted into the magma of the melting furnace. Ah! It appeared. I thought that his spirit was wandering around and unable to be reborn, but... Ugh!
Don't be loud. It's me, your teacher.
It actually seemed to be him. What? Why are you alive? I didn't understand what was going on.
That's,
But in that moment,
you got a lot of guts. Eh?
the bad-looking man who I saw at the funeral was standing there.
Too bad. You almost had me fooled.
What's going on, teacher?
That's, he pretended to be dead. He even fooled his parents and had a funeral.
What?
He never really fell into the melting furnace. From the very beginning, he had tied a string around himself so he wouldn't fall down. And he dropped his clothes so he wouldn't find out.
What?
He really thought of something crazy.
Why did you do something like that? The teacher I thought had died was actually alive.
I guess it's too late now that you found out. I snuck in the night before and got everything ready. Yeah, that was a huge success, yeah! And while everyone was freaking out that I fell into the melting furnace, I quickly disappeared from the factory in my underwear. But I never thought you'd find out.
The teacher was a gambling maniac and on the run from debt collectors. He tried to fake his death to run away from them.
Okay, let's go!
But the Yakuza found out and he was taken away.
For me! Let my mother know! I'm alive! Shut up! You're disturbing the neighbors!
What was I concerned for? I might never see the teacher again, but I'm glad that he's alive. I was relieved from the bottom of my heart.